In this video, we're going to be taking a look at all the secrets, tips, and tricks in Roblox Grow a Garden. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe, and let's hop straight into it. Also, is this thing rare? Let me know down below inside the comments section. This is by far the biggest fruit that I have, and it's frozen and golden. These first tips I'm going to go over are pretty common, starting off with, obviously, if you open up your backpack here and you have all of your items. I'm just going to collect a bunch of fruit real fast just to show. So you guys can see I have all of these items inside of my inventory. If I actually right-click on an item, it actually shows a heart, and if I unright click it, then it undoes the heart. Basically, what that heart does is it makes it so whenever you go to sell at the sell shop right here, that when you go to I want to sell my inventory, that it doesn't actually sell the one that you have hearted. So that way you can keep it and use it for trading or whatever else you need to do. Now, if you're on mobile playing this, because there's a lot of mobile players that play this, what you have to do instead of right clicking, you have to tap and hold on it, and then it'll favorite. And this next one is really an easy tip that a lot of players know, but there's still a handful of players that surprisingly don't know this, and that instead of pressing E to collect your fruit, you can literally just hold it and then walk around. It collects like 10 times faster. If you're wondering how you can actually get more pet slots on your plot, what you have to do to unlock more pet slots is take your pet over to the pet egg area, and then you actually have to sell a pet. So for every pet you sell, then you actually get another pet that you have room for. So you go right here, I want to sell my pet just like this. You sell it, and now you have room for another one. So whenever you buy an egg, it'll hatch, and you can actually place it down and unlock more slots for your pets. Speaking of pets, there's multiple things that the pets can do inside of the game for you. So not only can you actually raise them, the older they get, obviously the more valuable they're worth, but each pet type does something different inside of the game. For example, right here, this pet that I have that's walking around actually makes it so my eggs, my pet eggs that I have, get hatched faster. So you guys can see I keep getting pop-ups that say your blood kiwi helped an egg hatch 45 seconds faster. Now, I believe you actually have to be inside of the game to actually get this, and for it to do that, you can't, it doesn't do it offline, but it's still very useful because if you're playing, it can knock off like 45 seconds. That's almost a minute of time, and it does it progressively. So it does it over and over again randomly whenever. So the more you have of these, obviously the more it'll do. On top of that, the more common types of pets inside of the game that you can buy over here at the pet egg shop. These eggs refresh like every 30 minutes, I believe. So these pets, they all do something different inside of the game. Like, I believe the pet dog can dig up seeds, and obviously there's so many other animals that you can get. But if we actually look here, it shows all of the pet information and all the different egg types. So right here, the rarest I've seen was the legendary egg. The bug egg shows up only 3% of the time inside of the shops. The mythical egg, 7% of the time. The bug egg obviously being the rarest one. And this refreshes, I believe, every, I want to say 15 or 30 minutes. But if you're not using pets inside of the game, and make sure you start doing so because they can help a ton. Now, another tip is to actually play inside of the game. Although your garden does grow offline, it is still very smart to play in-game because there's different weather that can go on. For example, right now it's raining where there's a 50% grow speed. So that means that all of my fruit is going to grow 50% faster, which is very good. You're going to make more money. But there's different weather types. There's meteor showers, which you could actually get if you place these star collars down. If a shooting star hits one of them, it could actually make your fruit a lot more expensive. If it snows, you can get frozen fruit, which I believe is what happened with this one right here. So actually playing in game is definitely way better than, you know, playing offline. Although it does grow offline, it is still way better to actually play in game at all times, or as long as you possibly can. On top of that, you also can check the seed shops, so that way you don't miss out on any rare seeds. Another very useful tip is using some of the tools, or gears, I should say. But there's one special thing you can actually do with the gears, which is kind of, it's like glitched right now, apparently. So inside the gear shop right here, if you can actually get your hands on one of the sprinklers, these last like 5 minutes. This one lasts 5 minutes. This one lasts 5 minutes. Basically, any of the sprinklers, if you place them all down and then you actually leave the game, they will last for so much longer. And obviously, if you don't know what the sprinklers do, they just give your plants a giant boost to actually get way better fruit. On top of that, if you actually play with friends, this is another good tip or trick or reward, I guess you should say. For each friend you play with inside of a server, you're going to get a 10% friend boost when you actually go to sell things. That friend boost will be located in the bottom left-hand side of your screen. For every friend that's inside of your server, you get 10%. They can can go all the way up to, I believe, 50%, which is very, very good. So if you have a lot of fruit on you and you know they're very expensive, it's very smart to be inside of servers with your friends, so that way you can get the maximum profits as possible. Also, at the top of every hour, it does turn nighttime, which is about to right now. This night event has some chances. I don't know how long this is actually going to be here for, but if you talk to this owl right here, you can give him moon fruit right here, or moon mutated fruit, which only happens at night. There's a certain chance. Obviously, the more fruit you have on the ground, the more of a chance you're going to have at getting them. But for every moon fruit you give up, you could actually get some extra rewards. So the rewards are located right over here. So you just want to give the moon mutated fruit over here. You talk to the small owl. For every one you get this track right here of this reward track. And look at all these rewards right here that you can get. So there's a lot you can get from this, which is very, very good. You can get some rare eggs, some rare seeds. Just make sure you take advantage of the nighttime events because they can give you some very good rewards. But on top of that, there's also the chance of the blood moon. With this, it's basically like your chance to get some very rare seeds. Because as you guys may know, inside of the seed shop here, it is very difficult to get some of these rare seeds. But with the blood moon, is your chance to actually get some rare one at a much more likely chance inside of the game. So as you guys can see, I didn't get the blood moon. The blood moon is a 33% chance of getting it. So with that being said, I'm simply just going to join a new server and go get it there. So the blood moon is actually pretty rare to come across. I mean, it's not crazy rare. It's like a 33% chance, but sometimes it can be difficult because sometimes you get stuck in a loop of joining the people on your friends list over and over again, or sometimes just for some reason it's glitched and you keep joining the same server over and over. So I like to use my other account, which doesn't have any people added on it at all. That way I can join servers and find it easily, and then when I find a server, I can simply just join off of that account. That way you don't have to go through the struggle of joining the same server over and over again because some of your friends are trying to join and they're joining you and you're joining back to them, and you're just stuck in this infinite cycle loop of joining the same servers over and over again to get the blood moon event. But the blood moon shop is very, very good. You can get a lot of good things inside of it, so that's pretty good. Now, another tip is your pets can actually grow offline, but they have to be fed. So make sure that the bar above their head stays relatively up. So whenever you just log off for the day or for the night, whatever you get off, just make sure that your pet is majority fed, so that way, you know, they can continue to grow with your garden. But if they're not fed, they're not going to grow at all. So just make sure you keep up with feeding the pets that you have inside of your garden. And as you guys can see, the blood kiwis are still making my eggs hatch a lot faster, which is very, very nice. And I was just inside of one of the night events, so I'm gonna see if I have any of the fruits that got mutated with the moon, and we're gonna go and take them over. But before I sell, I'm not gonna immediately sell. I'm gonna take everything over here to the owl, and we're going to talk to the owl here, and we're going to just take all my moon mutated plants just like that. I gotta have some of them. All right, 2 lunar points right there, all good. I still got a lot more to actually go through, but before I grab any more, I'm gonna sell. So also make sure that you guys sell when your inventory is full. Like if your inventory is full like that, you're just gonna be picking up fruit for no reason, and it's not really going to be counting towards anything. So make sure that when your backpack gets full that you are selling, because you don't want to be wasting anything. All right, and right here we go. I should have got some more of those moon fruits. Before I sell, I'm going to make sure that I go over to the owl. So what I like to do here, what I'm trying to exchange these fruits out, I go over here, talk first, take all my moon mutated plants. All right, right there, I got 14 of those lunar points right there. So there was a lot that I just got, and then I'm going to go sell, so that way my backpack can be more empty, and we're gonna go back to collecting. So also, another thing about the mutated fruits is that it doesn't matter what kind of fruit it is, how big the fruit is, as long as it's mutated in some way, shape, or form, then it counts. So with that being said, make sure you collect everything that you possibly can. Take it over to the owl over here. I don't know if they're gonna permanently keep this inside of the game. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I'm not entirely too sure. Take all my moon mutated plants again, and right there, I just got a night staff. There we go. Now I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna press sell my inventory. I can open up my backpack now, place down my night staff, and I believe this is actually, it grants extra moonlight mutations per night cycle. Okay, so I'm just gonna place that right about where all my plants are at. I'm gonna place it right about. So now we should be able to get even more of them since I now have this placed down, so that's good. Another very useful tip that you should do inside of Roblox Grow a Garden, if you want to get some extra seed packs, some seeds as well, there also is a section where you can redeem codes. Now, they did give a code out, which I believe gave one of the rarest eggs inside of the game. the bug egg, but that code is now expired. But you can actually do the daily quest here. Mine resets at 39 minutes, so I'll get more daily quests, but I got 2 free seed packs from completing my daily quest, which is pretty easy. But if you guys have any more tips and tricks that I didn't mention in this video, comment down below inside the comment section. Thank you all so much for watching. And if you guys want to see more videos on Roblox Grow Garden, let me know down below inside the comment section. Thank you all so much for watching. Peace out and goodbye.